Oh my goodness. This video has no direction at all. Can you even see me? Okay, you can see me. Okay, it has no direction at all. I'm just watching
Welcome back to
interesting
Piers
videos.
Uncensored. On any given day, there are a lot of news stories which make me very unhappy.
Yeah,
Not least of
me too.
which, Arsenal nil, Brighton 3. Well, we won't intrude into private grief.
Yeah.
But they prove that
Let's not
common
talk about
sense
the
is
bad
dead.
news, man.
Just today, we
Of
learned that a
course.
biological man entered the 2015 female university boat
Good lord.
race. No one was told. No one was allowed to ask. We were told that prison
Hey,
guards
shut
have
up.
been banned from calling prisoners convicts in case it
Why?
upsets them.
Why was she allowed? Why
Upsets
was he allowed?
convicts. We're told that 10% of teenagers
I'm eating
want
a
to change
cupcake, by the
gender,
way.
but a third of teenagers have been taught in schools that some women have penises. What is all this? Why is the world going so completely nuts? Well, my next guest is an expert on this phenomenon. The world going nuts. Professor Gad Saad is a best-selling author of Parasitic Mind, How Infectious Diseases Are Killing Common Sense, and also the Saad Truth About Happiness. And he joins me now. Well, Gad, thank you for coming on.
Right.
So, just to warm things up, I thought I'd play a little clip of you talking
That looked
about
like
me in 2018. Let's take a
That guy looks like one of those actors. I don't
listen to
know.
this.
European actors. But he seems familiar.
Morgan is a treasonous cretin. I don't care about him as an individual, but I greatly care about his mindset. For it is the singular cause that has led us to the current conundrum that we face.
What?
Every day that idiots and enemies of reason, such as Morgan, have a voice in the public sphere, is a day that we inch closer to violence.
Oh,
Honestly,
damn.
yeah, that comment actually did move me to near violence. I'm joking.
It's
And
very-
actually, we have found since then a lot of common ground, I know,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm not going to labour the point.
Okay.
Other than you clearly are just as uncensored.
I don't even
as I am.
remember what that was about. but go
I have
ahead.
no idea what you were talking about, and no one can find out. So you clearly just had a view about me that day. You know what? It's fine. I have
Yeah,
no
yeah,
doubt
yeah.
about
Just
you.
had to let it out.
But I'm glad to have you on the show, and I
Thank
think
you
on a
so
lot
much.
of issues we actually share a lot of similar thoughts about this. What is going on when we see things like 10% of teens want to be transgender in some way? When you see that
This is
a
insane.
male biological rower took part in a very high-profile race without anybody knowing
What did the odds
was
too?
actually a man sitting in a female boat.
Why was this not a thing like a couple of years ago?
How do we explain it, and where does this end?
Yeah, so it all.
It looks like it's just the beginning.
It all stems from, regrettably, I'm saying this as a professor, it all stems from the university ecosystem. It takes academics and intellectuals to come up with some of the uniquely dumbest ideas. And so each of these idea pathogens that I discuss in the book, postmodernism, militant feminism, social constructivism, sort of erase a bit of the edifices of reason that for most of us constitutes common sense. So postmodernism, for example, argues that there are no objective truths. Even things that the average 3-day-old
Yeah.
pigeon would recognize as biological
3-day-old
fact
pigeon.
is actually up for debate.
Yes,
and this
yes.
is how we end up erasing all of the common sense that gives us shared meaning. So that men now who have 9-inch penises can be women. They simply have to declare themselves women, and voila, they become women.
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely insane. But you're right.
mean, you said-
facts have been
The title
eroded
did
in this
say
process.
men have 9-inch. I thought it meant to say pussies. I thought it meant to say pussies. That's not a swear word, right?
Where people can put.
I'm talking about a cat.
About my truth, as if somehow
My
their
truth.
version of the truth, which of course is
Apparently their
statistically
truth is
factual,
powerful
that's
enough
the
to
whole point of
overcome the real truth.
That they can have a version of that, which isn't fact-based; it's just feeling-based.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this is why I basically say that all of these idea pathogens, they free us from the pesky shackles of reality, right? I don't wish to be constrained by my genitalia. So I just have to use the magic wand of the trans prefix and I can be whatever I wish to be.
And the thing is,
Constructivism
it's-
is another freer from reality. It basically says that anybody could be the next Ronaldo or Messi. If only mommy hugs me enough or doesn't hug me enough,
What?
all have equal potentiality. Well, that's a very noble and hopeful message, but it's perfectly rooted in erroneous views of human nature.
Also,
Nah, man.
the thing about Ronaldo and Messi, I know Cristiano very well and interviewed him several times. The thing about those guys, they've got a phenomenal work ethic, and you'll never hear them, either of them, whining about being pushed hard or even having coaches shout at them or whatever it may be.
Man,
It just seems the world is
you gotta put it at our faces, don't you? Right? Like he really likes Ronaldo, bro.
slowly shrinking into a very weak-minded place where weakness is celebrated, strength is somehow frowned upon. If you try and talk about mental strength these days, people go mad. They're like, no, how dare you? You're belittling people who aren't mentally strong. You're picking on the vulnerable
Yo,
rather than
dog.
accentuate the
Oh,
positives.
this honestly wouldn't even been a problem or discussion for a lot of people had literally people not have involved these sort of politics into sports. And imagine if they involve them in they probably do work the workforce. They have quotas, I believe, of like we gotta have this many women in the field, we gotta have this many men in the field, and this blah blah blah. I don't know, but one day it's gonna go a step forward. It's gonna put anybody. Hey, if you identify as gay, then you know we gotta have a certain percentage of gay people in this workforce or something like that. They're gonna force a narrative all the time, just like they did
Which those
in
two
the
guys
sports
represent
scene.
better than anybody.
And whether it be the soccer players that you
This
mentioned or the
wouldn't
world of
have been a problem
academia,
if they didn't
we
force that
used to be
agenda
proud
on.
of the ethos of meritocracy. Now that's viewed as a form of white supremacy. Now it's my skin color, it's my gender orientation, it's my sexual orientation, it's my religion that actually adjudicates whether I
Hell
am
no,
right or
man.
wrong.
They
It's
can't
more
attack. They
essence than
cannot
that.
attack a religion. They cannot attack religion. They can't. It's my religion. It's my religion. I think I will. It will be way beyond my lifetime where people can start actually attacking religious people. It will be way beyond my lifetime. But it is said so in the scripture, though, that these times will come. They will come. They will show up. This is just one of those first signs, bro. Like you can see a lot of people are moving away from morality, values, all those things, bro. It's only a matter of time until religion is vilified all over the world.
The most fundamental deontological principles that define the enlightened societies that we all are proud of. And this is why I'm so irreverent and fighting against all this nonsense.
And it's
Piers.
interesting what you said about meritocracy there. There's a move now for the Oscars and the
What?
Academy and the way they go about putting nominations forward that they have to tick a load of diversity boxes.
What?
And that all sounds fine in principle, right till you get to the point where
Why?
actually it damages meritocracy.
Yeah, yeah.
Not only that, Piers, I'm sure you've also heard that someone should not play, for example, you shouldn't play a gay part if you yourself are not gay. So what does that mean then?
Oh,
Sir
I mean, I'm not really gonna defend that part, but okay, I don't know about the that part, but wait, what? Now they're actually doing it in the Oscars. That's wild. That's crazy.
Anthony Hopkins should not have played a sadistic serial killer in Silence of the Lambs because clearly he's not really a serial killer. It's insane. It
Well, not as
attacks
far as
the
we know.
Oh
But yeah,
my
you're right. I mean, who
God.
plays Hitler? Who plays a mafia boss, right? Does everyone in The Sopranos have to actually be an active member of the mafia? I mean, and also it never works the other way with these wokies, where you
Yeah.
never hear them say, and of course the quid pro quo is that no gay person can play a straight part. They'll never say that.
Yeah,
They want
exactly.
all their virtue signaling cake and eat it.
Nah, man, who gives these people a voice? Who gives them a voice, bro? We shouldn't even be listening to any of this stuff. Now it's like the whole flipping sports scene is involved. How did that even become a thing, bro? How? This their lifestyle wouldn't have been a problem had they kept to themselves. It's just like the rest of us. Seriously, people like it's a small percentage of people. They probably don't exist in many countries. The crazy thing is that you guys are literally getting themselves involved in the sports scene and making it unfair for the rest of the people that are in the sports scene, that are in the sports scenes. My goodness, how on earth did that happen, bro? How?
Your point earlier about victimhood, I come from Lebanon. I escaped execution in Lebanon. And it's folks like me who come to the West who are, completely befuddled by all of the whining. I think
Yeah,
you were
that's
mentioning to
crazy,
your
yeah.
previous guest about him whining.
Yeah, I live in
I
South Africa, man.
despise
It's
whining.
crazy
What's
how
beautiful about
everything
Messi
looks
and
like. Damn.
Ronaldo is
Let
this,
me trust this.
notwithstanding their
Sorry
innate
about that.
talent, they work hard to be the best that they can be. We need to return to that ethos.
Yes, we need to start celebrating proper talent, proper
Yes.
work ethic. People who really want to put a shift in. I mean, the work from home fiasco in this country is getting completely out of hand. With millions of people just basically giving up doing proper work. It's interesting you talk about professors there because I think my favourite story of all the cancel culture stories involved an
What?
American professor who, for 25 years, had given a lecture about offensive language. And eventually, a student complained about his use of offensive language in a lecture about offensive language. And he was fired for using
Ah,
offensive language, which he had used
I think I
to
heard of this
illustrate
though.
the points he was making about offensive language. And at that point, I realized universities are being run by students,
Yeah.
and the students, because of this
Yeah.
warped mindset,
Yo, bro, I would.
are just
Oh
running.
my god, bro. I listen. I'm not afraid to say anything bad about varsity or students and whatnot. But I myself was a student not so long ago. If anyone ever came to me or disturbed the class with any of that nonsense, bro, with any of that nonsense, bro. Oh my god, I wish they did. I wish they did, bro.
Riot on campuses, and the campuses and the people put
I'm
in
trying to
charge of these
learn.
students are just caving to every one of their
Oh
whims,
man,
saying,
it
okay,
would
whatever you
be
say
a
goes.
battlefield, bro.
Indeed. And look, I can tell you, just past semester, I was teaching an MBA class where I was talking about the
NBA.
evolutionary roots of anorexia nervosa. And in
Okay,
that lecture,
mind.
I talked about miscarriages. And one student huffed and
Oh
puffed that I did
hell.
not provide trigger warnings before mentioning something as,
What?
devastatingly sensitive as miscarriage.
Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, man. Get out of this class, dog. What did you
And
do?
this is someone,
What did you
me,
do?
who went through the Lebanese civil war. So imagine how much disdain I feel for such an adult, an MBA student, that he requires me to offer trigger warnings before mentioning a medical reality such as miscarriages. This is
Bruh.
unbelievable.
Well, I actually need trigger warnings before I find myself in close proximity to one of these woke imbeciles, because
They need a warning before they get next to me.
it actually does bring me out in wheels. Again, I could talk to you all night about
They're
this. Glad
they're
we've made
disturbing
up
the
and
peace
we're
that
friends
exists in the
again.
world, bro.
Please come back on Piers.
And we're giving them a voice.
I really enjoyed the chat.
You're the best, and my apologies to Arsenal. Next year they'll take it.
You know what? I'm not so sure. Mentally weak. They should have signed Ronaldo when they had the chance back in October. He wanted to come. Anyway, that's another story.
Bro, if any of these people, man, if I hear, if I wish to be in a debate with any of them, to be honest with you, I really do, because I really want to understand the mindset. But then again, I've seen a lot of debates, It's like they want their way and no other people's way, bro. I've seen this live on TikTok, and there's a lot of simps, flipping leftist, I don't know, bullshitters on TikTok, man. It's insane, man. They be arguing, and they black too. They black. Oh, why? Black Americans. Why? 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 Yo. You are like the selling point. You are the main target, bro. They be selling this stuff to you guys. They don't want to hear a single thing. What discussion were they having? They were having a discussion about like transgenderism, homo homophobism, transphobia, whatever, man. They were talking about all that, the LGBTQ stuff. And they didn't even, I wasn't even in that live, but the guy that was in there, they didn't want to hear a single thing because everything sounded like he was challenging their points. He was raising opposite points to what they was talking about and what they were saying and everything like that. And they butchered that man, bro. Like they didn't want him on the live. They kicked him out eventually. Including the people who are watching. The majority of them was celebrating him, being kicked out of the live. And then it was like, okay, then I asked the question, okay, then what do you guys got to talk about now? You literally have nothing to talk about now. Like you're not willing to listen to the person that disagrees with you. You're defeating the point of a discussion, bruv. A point of a discussion, the point of a debate. You brought up a debate, and then the opposition came, and then you kicked him out. Because he sounded, and they like labels. Transphobic, he sounded transphobic. Homophobic. Racist. Xenophobic. And oh, God forbid it's a woman, man. Then they will say she's she's self misogyny. That's a thing nowadays. Like you can be self misogynistic somehow. You can hate women when you're a woman. That exists too. That exists. Obviously, when you're a man, they're gonna call you misogynist if you have any good points to raise. It's insane to me. It's wild to me, bro. I'm gonna watch this next one. No, yeah. Should I watch it now? Yeah, I probably should. I probably should. Nah, let me watch it, man. Let me watch it. Man.